puny. Go away. Be gone. As I said, it is...
Okay. Ow.
Just a little blood.
Why are you over there?
Damn him, blast.
No, didn't work.
I need some help here.
Jesus Christ.
Jody's done for. I need some help here.
Yeah. I don't think it's possible with my current level. Damn. That really sucks. Failure is all but assured. Uh-huh. Okay. Man. So I really can't do it yet? Ugh. Ugh.
I hope you're not expect.
What is it?
So even on the easiest difficulty, higher level still is
Puny.
higher level.
It is kind.
Ow! Fuck. No, just stay over there.
Never you mind that miss. I'll land the next one.
I don't know why the AI is so goddamn stupid in this game.
This thing isn't doing the job.
Ixie on us.
This thing isn't. Can't take much more.
Didn't work.
Oh, hey. We had some good times.
Another whip. Well, that was an ugly way to die.
Shares for the rest of us.
Lantern flickers. Well, that was an
What, now you just suddenly stop trying to summon stuff?
bites me. Darkness flows and the light wanes.
Dare you?
Okay, yeah, nope, it's not gonna work. Alright, I give up. I guess I'll come back to it when I'm higher level. Ah, really? So how hard is this? That's a lot of fucking people. Oh, good. They're all 4 levels above me. That is great. That is great. Oh look, my character's already dead.
That looks complicated.
They'll not get us both.
You'd be like us not to break the prat down.
Amazing. Simply amazing. Yeah. Okay. So, yay. Let's try that again, and, you know. Oh, it's a guaranteed attack. Great. Huh. Well, let's see here. I could ram them. Boarding obviously does not work. Let's ram them. Why not? That was not a good choice. Oh, okay, so when you ram someone, it autos put you... Okay, that's good to know. That is good to know. I'm not even gonna bother with this fight. It's just over. Okay. The ship combat, really bad in this game, in my opinion. It's actually not even a ship combat, it's just text-based. So, and it's literally like stat-based. If you're like, there's no way I could have won that fight. His ship was so much stronger than mine. So basically, the game is telling me right now, it's literally telling me that I can't go anywhere else on this map except for the main quest, because anywhere else I go, everything is going to be above my level. That's great. Yeah, I love the freedom in this game, huh? Fine, go to the main quest then. Oh look, it's such a peaceful journey.
The ring of a bell comes to you on a cold wind. The ring comes again and again, until soon the air is full with the sound of 1,000 bells ringing all at once. You feel a resonance in your core, a bell ringing in tune with all the others. Something in you bends, then breaks, and you are borne away on the ringing tide, just another peal among the many. The tide of bells recedes. You lever yourself up onto your knees and realize you have been here before. You stand in Bareth's realm, You are alone. And then, you are not. An indistinct figure stands before you, flickering between forms like a fire-cast shadow. A fixed, taunting grin. Bottomless black eyes. A yawning chasm in the earth. The aspects of Bareth, the Usher and the Pallid Knight, shift in and out of focus. And at their back, 4 indistinct shades hover. You feel an eternity stretch out behind each of them, reaching back to places so distant and yet so near you cannot comprehend their size. The shifting image of Bareth settles on the aspect of the Pallid Knight.
Watcher.
She intones. Her voice is the discordant clangor of gongs struck out of time.
I tasked you to discover Aethys's intentions. Tell me what you have learned.
It's too early to be sure what he plans, but his behavior is suspicious.
I remind you of our bargain. Time is short, and your soul dangles in the balance.
The Perwan face contorts into what, on mortal kith, might be called a smile. On her, the effect is more akin to a rotting pumpkin caving in upon itself.
Do not give me cause to doubt your commitment, Watcher.
Does Aethys frighten you, Bareth? He should. Magran subdued Aethys's influence once before, and yet he returned.
From out of Wodika's shadow shuffles a hunched, bald man you recognize as the God Scan. His skin is mapped with swollen lash scars, and breath whistles through the ragged hole in his face, where his nose once was. He does not speak, but stares up at Wodika, with naked loathing plain on his ruined face. Wodika steeples her long, knob-jointed fingers.
We must annihilate Aethys now, before he makes a rash decision we cannot easily annul.
Ashley, why do you stop talking? Oh. She casts a sly look at the Pallid Knight from the corner of her eyes.
A moon would do the job nicely.
Wodika says, and grins.
There's no text for that, and you just say it anyways. Okay. If you think that's the approach to solutions, I won't stand in your way.
As if you could stop me.
The figure beside the aspect of Bareth flows forward in a swirling cloud of ash. The ash falls to the tiles and reveals a molten-skinned woman, leaning on a monstrous, wicked-edged broadsword. Magran's glowing lips curl in disdain.
See you later.
We must find a solution to the problem of Aethys that is neither do nothing, nor destroy the world. I acted in haste during the Saints' War. You will not goad me into doing the same now. To move against him while his plans are unknown would be the height of foolishness. We must find wisdom in precaution.
Magran says.
Sure. Great idea. Can I go now?
The Pallid Knight tilts her head to the side and gives you the long-suffering, narrow-eyed look of a parent dealing with a particularly disappointing child.
No.
Another of the silent figures steps forward, and the warm, golden light of a summer's afternoon spills across your face.
Let's all take a deep, calming breath. Perhaps cooler heads will prevail.
Behind Helia's words, you hear the soft coo of doves.
Aethys has been separated from us for too long. Isn't it possible he intends only to gather enough souls to reclaim his realm in the beyond? He should be welcomed.
You look up then into avian eyes. Through them, you see clouds of starlings converge and divide. Scan shuffles forward.
Yes, yes. We should welcome Aethys's return to the fold. His gratitude we can leverage to cajole him into divulging his plot. Then, when he believes himself to be in our good graces, we do as Wetica suggests, and crush him into the earth.
Scan pauses, inspecting you.
Ah, and here is the Watcher who wiped dear desperate Alice's mind. You could have let my followers help her kill the man who tormented her. But you did not. Curious.
Scan licks the ragged edge of his lipless mouth and grins, then turns to Helia.
I did not expect such a deliciously ruthless idea from you, Helia. I am impressed.
Helia's feathered crest stands on end.
You wretched little creature.
He's too dangerous. You have to destroy him.
His vessel may be destroyed, little Watcher. But Aethys is more than the vessel that holds him. He will always return, however we strike him down.
Magrin says.
Then what's the point of this exercise?
The Pallid Knight gestures for silence.
Aethys cannot be killed, but he may be subdued. Yet to do so will take immense power and time. Both stand in his favor.
Magrin grits her black glass teeth.
That is why we must ascertain his plans before he has the chance to put them into motion.
She begins to pace. Her steps leave little trails of fire in her wake. Magrin stops and balls her hands into flaming fists.
Even if we manage to destroy his current form, there is the possibility he could return, if he has not already absorbed all of his children.
Wotica waves the gods to silence.
Aethys gathers strength. His strength is a threat to us.
Her voice takes on a sharp, almost panicked edge.
There is no sensible answer to the question of a resurgent Aethys, other than decisive, final action.
Something must be done.
Your opinion is unasked for and unnecessary, but noted nonetheless.
Though her tone is impassive, the banked fury in her eyes says well enough what she thinks of your interruptions.
We will act when it is appropriate to do so, and not before.
The Pallid Knight steps away from the half-circle of assembled gods. She pulls herself up to a great height. The words she speaks next come not from her mouth, but from all around you.
Follow him, Watcher.
The black of the Pallid Knight's irises expand until her eyes are as dark and cold as the void between stars. She bends down and brings her ghostly face level with your own.
Your debt to me remains unpaid.
We'll see about that.
She stares at you, unblinking. Like a needle drawn to a magnet, you are pulled toward her one compulsory step at a time. Helpless to resist, you tumble into her impossible eyes. You fall wildly, endlessly, unable to find your bearings or slow your spin. And in the distance, above, no, behind you, comes an insistent ringing. You angle yourself toward it, searching for the sound. A small silver bell appears just inches from your fingertips. You reach for it, straining to still its interminable ringing. The moment you touch it, Your soul slams into your body with all the force of a fall from the top of the sky. You blink open your eyes and find yourself on the floor of your ship's cabin. Alone.
I love story time with Ashley Johnson. It's one of my favorite moments in this game.
I'll see it done. Leave.
My lady, what do you require?
So, who are you again?
I was the steward of your keep at Cad Nua, my lady. Long before your time, I had my soul bound to a throne of Ardraban. And for nearly 200 years, I felt Cad Nua and the comings and goings within it like an extension of myself. It is a strange connection to lose. Still, it would be unseemly for me to complain of loss to you, my lady.
How did I get a ship in the first place?
With Cad Nua in ruins, there was little purpose in waxing sentimental over the rubble. I was able to salvage enough of your treasure and wealth to afford the purchase of the Defiant and the hire of a small crew. Unfortunately, that consumed the remainder of your once considerable assets. Under the circumstances, I hoped you would not object.
So what should I do?
I suggest we proceed to Nekataka, my lady. It is the largest city in Deadfire, and we shall be better able to get our bearings there.
Okay.
Ship life sure is an adventure, ain't it? Just think of all the places we can sail to, all the sights we could see. This is nothing like being stuck on a farm, or cloistered in the back of a temple.
Zoti wraps her sickle against her thigh, and then she studies the boat layout. Satisfied by whatever she sees, she tilts her head to you with a small smile.
Tell me what's on your mind?
How are you feeling? Any more nightmares?
They're there in my head when I sleep. And sometimes I can taste them on the back of my tongue like a smear of grit. Happens when I take in a particularly volatile soul. You need me.
Okay, then.
Yes?
How are you holding up?
It's been a while since I've been able to speak candidly with anyone, especially about the leaden key. It's unexpectedly liberating.
Do you ever make it back to Adir?
As a matter of fact, I did.
He brightens.
I visited my father. I hadn't seen him since leaving the academy at Broggenhiel.
His voice softens and he clasps his hand in his lap. How was he, your father?
Not well. Years of drinking have finally caught up with him. And I don't think my mother has been to see him since my academy days.
He frowned, resentment passing across his face like a shadow.
Still, time had worn down his edges. Like an old Stelgar with dulled teeth.
And dulled claws, I hope.
Indeed. I used to see him as an iron tyrant. A cold, unyielding presence. I simply came to realize that he was ultimately a weak man. One who, in his own flawed way, tried to give me order and structure. I don't condone his violence, or his temper. But I do pity him for his failings, and forgive him of his flaws.
That's good for you. He shrugs.
I don't know about that. I've simply come to see the burden of authority differently. And my father, for all his efforts, was not cut out for it.
Do you see your mother? He shakes his head, looking down.
It may seem strange, but I find it easier to forgive my father. He may have had a cruel temper, but he at least was present. My mother knew what he was like, and she spent most of my life away with her Thane.
Well, you can't hold her responsible for your father's failings.
No, but I do hold her responsible for her absence. We were both liabilities to her. Her alcoholic husband and awakened son. So she kept us both at a distance, where we couldn't damage her prospects.
Well, it sounds like a good trip then.
It was. As a matter, I visit my father was. I think they must have. It was.
Gosh, you need to get rid of that highlight. Do you have any thoughts on the Principe?
I'd heard Deadfire had a pirate problem, but I had no idea how large it was. Or how fashionable.
You get the sense he's impressed despite himself.
Still, the only thing more dangerous than a unified pirate nation is one at war with itself. I worry about who will be caught in their crossfire.
What do you know about the Valiant Trading Company?
Well, they seem largely competent. I would feel better about that were they not run by profiteers and animancers.
He smiles wryly.
Governor Clario seemed honest and well-intentioned. So one wonders why he was stationed at such an out-of-the-way post.
He raises an eyebrow. I like your thoughts on my search for Eothas.
One would hardly imagine that a colossus made of glowing Ardra could be so hard to find. But then I suppose the gods wouldn't have chosen you if the task were easy. What's gnawing you?
What's going on with you and Aloth?
I'm a little worried about Aloth.
What is it?
I think the strain of the journey is getting to him. He's not his usual self.
Adair's expression is grave.
The old Aloth used to really like it when we made fun of him. He'd just stand there real quiet with his mouth sort of twitching and his eyes real big like he couldn't believe how good we were getting him.
Adair pauses with nostalgic smile and a far-off look. After a lengthy wait, the smile wanes.
But the new Aloth doesn't just sit and take it. It's like he's losing his sense of humor.
Is that everything?
No, not all of it. There's the leaden key. We went all the way through the Deerwood to stop them. Now Aloth just picks up where Theos left off? The leaden key. I don't need to tell you what they did. Just about everything I ever cared about back home, they ruined it. And what do you suppose Aloth's been up to these last few years? And why do you suppose he's back here with us?
What are you saying?
I don't know. Something doesn't sit right is all. You telling me you don't have suspicions?
Aloth isn't Theos. His linen key is ethical, just as he is.
Yeah, I'd like to believe that. But it seems more likely the leaden key would change Aloth than the other way around. Well, appreciate you taking the time.
Okay then. Holy crap, I'm by myself. This is amazing. Can I stay like this forever?
Agrasima, Casita, for taking me on.
Ahoy, Captain. What can I do you for?
So, Seraphim.
Aye, Cap.
That was quite a pair of pistols you were packing the first time we met.
If you be finding my sidearms impressive, you should be seeing my long arm.
Oh, damn. I would love to see your long arm.
What can I do you for? Aye, Cap.
A lover's in every port must be nice, but wouldn't you prefer one on board?
You be saying that like it be an either or.
He winks. Oh.
Ahoy, Captain. Aye, Cap.
The sea seemed particularly calm today. How about we make some waves?
Careful, Cap. Someone of your obvious prowess might just sink the ship. Ahoy, Captain. Aye, Cap.
Short, blue, and a hirsute? Happens to be my type.
It ain't everybody's.
Really? No. Sorry.
Ahoy, Captain. What can I do you for? Aye, Cap?
Hey, sailor. You look like you need a hole to fill. Oh my god. What the fuck? Are you serious? That was blatant.
If I didn't know better, Cap, I'd be thinking you fancied a thorough swabbing below decks.
Maybe I want more than a swabbing. Maybe I want the whole boat.
Captain, all jokes aside, you should be knowing up front that I ain't the marrying type.
I want a roll, not a ring.
Oh, verily, that I can be providing.
He bows low, his ear almost touching the ground. And fetch me the lass while you're at it.
Aye, aye, Captain.
He snaps out a salute, then turns towards your quarters. Heck yeah! Woo!
Ahoy, Captain. What can I do you for?
I can just always have sex with him? That's amazing. Fucking love it. But not anyone else.
Hey, tell me what's on your mind. They're there in my head, and sometimes I can taste them. I'm glad we...
I can have sex with him only and not anyone else. Really? That sucks. You know what? I'm just going to turn this back down. Oh, I can't change these once I... Oh, that sucks. A derelict ship. Beodul points at the ship in the distance. Galleon, Captain. A three-master it was. Not remain of the ship foremast, save a splintered stump and the bowsprit is sheared off. See how they've crippled her. That's the work of pirates. Principe most likely, and probably the upstart if they're raiding this close to valley and patrol routes. Venezia leans in close. They'll have taken any gold, but might have left supplies. Arena browed the damp spread. We shouldn't stick around. If the Valiant sees us plundering one of their ships, they won't give us a chance to explain. Pull alongside it. We'll salvage whatever's left. Nice! Advance. Board their ship! Board it! We're gonna kill them all. Hopefully. Hopefully we're going to kill them all.
I don't think I can pull that off.
Never you mind that next. I'll land the next one.
I'll get you yet.
I need some help here.
There's dignity in death. No one knows.
God damn it.
Flickers.
Hope nobody saw that. Missed.
That really sucks. Even if I lower all the difficulty down, if the enemy is higher level, they still wins.
That up, didn't I? Oh, you're a rare tick. Oh, mother.
Too tall.
Really? This fucking little bitch ran all the way around across like 10 of my allies just to get to me. That is absolutely absurd.
This thing isn't doing the job. Can't make a dent. That's it. Come on.
It's fucking stupid.
Can't take much more. Black bones. Shody's done for.
So stupid.
Sorry, friends.
That's it.
I can't believe they just run towards me. Like, really? Really?
That order's too tall. Gotta be more careful.
That is so stupid.
a little blood.
All things must come to an end. Even me. Another withers on the vine. Didn't work.
Come on! Better.
Another withers on the vine. It hurts.
Oh my fucking god, I hate this goddamn game right now. It's so fucking stupid. Like, seriously? Every single enemy in the game right now is stronger than me. So what's the point of making the game open world if everything is going to be stronger than you until you are forced to do the main quest? Like, what's the point? Why even give me the choice of exploring the map? Just teleport me to the next part of the quest then. I goddamn hate games when they do that. Out of nowhere, a heavy fog rolls over the ocean, so dense that you cannot see more than a dozen feet out in front of your ship. With a fog arrival, the winds die and the wave calm, and the Defiant is left aimlessly drifting, only sound of that hull groaning as if dread is of what to come. Eerie green light pierces through the fog as the silhouettes of massive galleon approaches. Black sails through the tatters and rotten catch in an otherworldly wind, slicing the ship forward at a rapid pace. The captain, a skeleton outfitted in a tarnished armor, with a glowering eyes, survey you from the quarter of the deck decaying galleon. She wraps two fleshless fingers against her chest before pointing right at you. What the goddess of death has marked, I will leave untouched. She nods solemnly, once, then with a tilt of her skull, steers the ship away. As the floating hangsmen turn, several undead sailors shamble across the deck, hungry for a look at your crew. They scratch at the chip and rotting railing as head rolls on their exposed spine. The ship disappeared back into the fog. A few minutes pass before the fog fully dispatches and the winds pick back up, rustling your sails. The sea is clear, empty. The other ship is nowhere to be found. Great. I don't know how this game is running less than 30 frames a second right now. As you walk down the dock, your approach is noted by a cadre of heavily armored Amawa. Their leader briskly leads them to intercept you. The harbor master looks you up and down with pursed lips. She looks past you towards your ship.
You're far from home, farmer. How did you make it all this way in your little boat?
The Amara cranes her thick neck, looking along the hull of your ship. Her expression conveys equal portion of incredulity and pity.
Why do we gotta be farmers just because we're from Deerwood?
Are you a farmer?
Yeah, but you can't just assume. We got rabble-rousers too.
As her attention returns to you, the Amara's mood becomes more formal.
I'm the harbor master, Kauha. I must ask your reason for docking in Nekataka.
Why not? Beereth has tasked me with finding Eothas. He's walking across the Deadfire looking for luminous Audra. The harbor master and the women and men there look at each other with a shock and amusement.
Is that so? Well, Andra told me to protect the harbor, and Wodika herself signed the order. They would have had Gallowayne do it, but he was sick this morning.
They assemble guards, roll over with laughter, and claps the harbor master on the back for her jokes. Deep within you, you feel an uncomfortable roiling. You can't be certain if the sensation is physical or spiritual, but it immediately induces nausea and fills your ears with the sound of blood rushing through your head. Cutting through the din, you hear a familiar woman's voice speak. Each word comes slowly, falling with what sound like a chime of small bell.
Show them. Show them what you are.
I am a watcher and the herald of Beereth. Step aside or suffer the consequences.
We don't have to tolerate these idle threats. If you value your life, get back on your ship and head for open sea.
The harbor master gestured towards your boat. The women and men behind her nod and murmur in agreement. The nausea continues building inside you, the blood pounding against your skull again in the woman's voice. Again, the chimes.
I will help you.
Oh, shit.
What's the matter with you? What are you doing? If you're trying to scare us with some cipher mischief, save the purple flames for the tribes of the Outer Islands.
The roar in your head begins to abate. The ringing of the chime becomes clearer, rhythmic, 2 successive peals followed by a brief respite. You realize the chime is ringing in tandem with your heartbeat. You open your eyes. The harbor master is gesturing wildly, presumably to get your attention, and yelling in your face, but you hear no words. Only the ringing of the chimes and your heart rate slows and slows and slows and slows.
Now.
What is this?
Run for it! You got style, Cap. Worm-riddled, ship-sinking, flat-fucking freaky style.
So, I better just gain the ability to, summon legions of undead.
What is it?
No? No legion of undead? Damn. How is this game running at 30 frames right now? That's ridiculous. I can run so many... Optimize your goddamn game, Obsidian. Jesus fucking Christ.
Leave it to me.
Oh look, this is my companion from the first game.
Need a fresh jacket or pants? Something more delicate? If you have a frame, I can fit cloth to it without fuss.
The tailored eyeball your shoulders with, doing some mental calculations.
Take your time. I'll give you space to browse.
Okay.
Watcher.
Tiverus. Is it really you?
Hey, I know those feathers. Pallegina.
It's been ages. But what's happened to your armor?
You two know each other? I mean, I wouldn't be jealous if you did.
Zolti's eyes flick back and forth between you and Pallegina. She bites her bottom lip but says no more.
Know this last Cap? Oh, I weren't aware you favored feathers.
Pallegina's mouth hangs open in shock, though her hair and feathers have the same immaculate grooming as if you last saw her. Her breastplate's five suns have been carefully scratched off. She looks down at the armor and back up to you with a pained glance.
I'm sure that even at Cadnua, you must have heard what happened when I returned to the Republics.
I did. I'm sorry things didn't work out for you. She glances away and gives you an appreciative nod. You can see the muscles in her jaw clench as the second pass.
The Republic survived. That is the most important thing. And here the company's business seems to be getting on fine without my interference.
I could use your help, Pallegina. I'm hunting down Eothas. Her eyebrows arc, the membranes in her eyes sliding out and back as the weight of her word hits her.
I suppose I should not be surprised considering all we went through. But no, I will not be coming with you, Watcher. I would be lucky if I wound up dead.
Come on, things didn't turn out all that bad.
Corres, Watcher.
A mixture of sadness and anger flashes across her face. It is quickly replaced by her familiar, calm expression. She nods once, then turns to go.
Good riddance and safe travels to you.
Aww. Okay. So I made the wrong choice.
The Hazanui is at the palace, blaming the Valians for attacking one of their ports.
Well,
Merla! Every ship hunter taken. Calm them down before they go out.
No sooner do you approach the valiant woman than she squints and turns up her nose, regarding you with a thinly veiled distaste.
I only deal with serious clients. Now, shoo.
I am a serious
A
client.
serious brute. I can see this from here. Madiko. But it is impossible to find skilled work when every competent freelancer wastes their shore leave in the wild mare.
She grimaces towards the east.
When blood travels south of their brains, the value of a good bounty is forgotten.
You give out bounties, I could take some off your hand.
You, a nameless face of the streets?
She thumbs her chin and gives you a thorough looking over.
I do not make a habit of shepherding new talent, but... Ach, there is a seed of potential.
She sighs to herself and peers over your shoulder before giving up and addressing you directly.
We will cut your teeth on Biakara, a Huana sailor and would-be patriot who plagues company ships.
I'll take it.
Gelarde! Biakara sails a voyager's scale of Tangaloa off of Hasongo's northeastern coast.
Ayanna studies you once more before shrugging off and seeing you off with a wave. Before I go, I had a question.
Questions? Ask your questions, Aimika.
Aren't more sailors? Why aren't more sailors accepting work?
Ach, but I blame Luminous Adra.
She folds her arm and exhales sharply through her nose.
Our privateers are busy escorting shipments out of the Deadfire. Everyone is rich, no one is hungry. Where are the Casitas willing to sink their enemies for a bag of pyres, huh? Drunk on success.
She waves derisively towards the east. What more bounties do you have?
But Aimika, you have your quarry. Ach,
okay, fine.
But too much.
Only one bounty at a time from person, I guess. Even though you should really just give me all of it. I'm just saying. You look down into the canal, Eureka sewage wafting to enough to tear your eyes. Inspect. pry bar. So I can climb through the sewers into the Valiant Trading Company if I really
We
want
can
to.
summon the guards if you want to be different.
The young Juana wears a disconcerted frown. He meets your approach with a flicker of welcoming smiles, but it dies down quickly.
Please, I must ask a favor.
He shies back from making eye contact, keeping his head lowered.
What say? Do you have business with the Valiant Trading Company?
What seems to be the problem?
My people of the Dwape. We signed a contract with the company.
Tuenu looks towards the headquarters with a despondent frown.
We were not understanding the terms at the time. I wish to, renegotiate. But the clerks turned me away.
Well, if you were kicked out, I wager it was for good reason.
I did not provoke anger, I say. This is not just. My father, the Ranga, took payment from the company. In exchange, they dig for Audra.
He speaks with more confidence as if those words were rehearsed several times over.
He did not understand the Valiant way. When he dies, the Outlanders will claim our island for themselves. Father has fallen ill, and the clerk, Luca, stands by the agreement as surely as if it was stamped in his skin.
Well, that's a bold proposal if I ever heard one.
Akira, already this treatment is not so unusual. I made my appeals to Luca, but my words were as stones dropped down the deepest well. While I am barred from the company office, I can do nothing for my people.
Well, I'm a legal clerk myself. If I'm going to represent you, I'll need payment up front.
Akira, the gods have steered us together, friend. Take all that you need to get started. Akira, my thanks. I will remain here by day until justice is done.
The worst of his concern is quickly overshadowed by a broad smile.
My words were only the crashing of waves. You will speak with authority, I say.
Okay, then.
A giant? One of the Rathun?
No, much bigger. Such is the rumor. Sounds like sailor tales to me.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Leave it to me.
Oh my God. Cobbler?
In the market for, of course.
What do you have for sale? Garbage. Great. So I can head into the Valiant Trading Company if I really want to. Let's go in there first. Oh.
If you've come on business with the Valiant Trading Company, it will have to wait until morning. We're closed.
The guard tip her head in warning.
There's no need for you to be here after hours. Move along.
What if it's an emergency?
If it has anything to do with paperwork or wax seals, which covers most of what's in the building, I'm confident it can wait until morning.
Well, that's some important papers inside.
If it's that important, then set your mind at ease that I am here to guard the building, and I won't allow a single sheet of parchment to cross the threshold under my watch.
Well, perhaps we can come to an agreement.
If you're interested in making a donation, I'd accept it with thanks, but the doors stay closed.
Okay. Fine. I'll come back in the morning. Even though I could just sneak in
I
through the
don't have a
sewers.
voice for shanties these days. Too much.
Oh shit!
In the air.
Why was that considered
Not
stealing?
even, my Vithrak darling. A tiny.
Eh? Avast, ground filth. Why disturb Lord Admiral, eh? Eh?
The imp glances left and right with evident anxiety.
Not doing anything wrong. Eh? Go away.
Desteril sent me.
No. No interruptions to the plan. Lord Admiral's work too important. Get her, cullies!
The imp points at you and screeches at the top of his lungs.
Nobody kills my people but